Sei, Arrow, Bonren?
Yeah, Bonren.
Simple, and Avoid. So that's going to be Robin, Lucina, Zelda,
Yeah.
ZSS, and Cloud, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two of these that stick out like sore thumbs here.
Yeah.
The Robin and the Zelda, and maybe you can speak to those types of players. Have you seen them before? Are you looking? Actually, you know what? Let's watch them now. Let's take a look as Sei is going to be taking out Cheeto's Rob.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Rob has been the story of this tournament, in my opinion. There's been multiple Robs throughout these sets that have just completely dented their opponents' stocks.
Rob is a very good projectile place character, you know, because with the gyro and the lasers, you know, it just really space it out, and you have to find a way in, and that's what Rob does best, trying to make you force an option in, and if it's a bad one, he punishes for it.
Yeah, absolutely. It forces your opponent to be the one that says, okay, I have to deal with this. You put out the threats, and then you make the assessments. Think of it like the Ryu. I'm throwing out constant Hadokens. Let's figure out how you're going to get around. Are you going to walk up, you're going to block? Are you going to try to jump over it? How are you going to handle it?
Are you going to overhead?
Exactly. Like, you're trying to figure out how to deal with it. And then you kind of react. So now we have kind of an interesting character with Robin. What are some of the ways that you feel like Robin can deal with Rob?
A lot of it's going to be spacing out some of her aerials and stuff, and charging the book. Oh,
that was sick.
Yes,
using your own top against you. I love it.
Some great gameplay by Sei. I've never actually seen him around, but it's great to see him come out and do some work. Doing absolutely well against his Rob player.
Up strong from Cheetos. This time getting punished, and now you're seeing a little bit of the top play, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to drop the tops into these situations where it's tough for Sei to move around, or you're hoping to limit them to a certain area and force maybe a jump out of them.
Yeah, I think Robin has some good counterplay.
Woo! No tech, getting punished there.
For sure, man. So I think Robin, he has some good counterplay because he can grab gyro and just use the magic or the fire stuff, you know?
Because when you grab the gyro, you're also shutting off that option to your opponent and saying you don't get to use another one of these until this one goes away, right?
And you can space it out with the magic and stuff. So it's cool to see it, like him play it out, but right now he's up a lot of percent. Let's see what Cheeto can do to make it up.
Ooh, quickly slapping it back at him, saying return Descender here, and Sei trying to cut him off. Waiting, trying to find the react to what's the option that Cheeto's going to choose.
Holding center stage is a really good option.
Yeah, I mean, that's the constant struggle that we have to choose, right, between damage and positioning.
Yeah.
And more often than not, when you choose positioning, you're choosing to say, I'm picking to choose to find something turn 2, turn 3.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think ahead of the game. Trying to shark underneath.
Okay.
Ooh, command grab, knowing that Sei's thinking, Cheeto's thinking a little bit too much about that shield. He's liking that button too much.
Yeah, because shooting all the... What's the fire thing called? I keep calling it fire.
I just call it fire as well.
Yeah, okay. We'll just take it as fire. So it grabs the gyro. But the thing is, like, on gyro, it's like, it hits the shield and it cancels out. So it's, like, really weird if, like, you lose it and then Rob can just pick up or throw the gyro again and then you get hit by it. Maybe like with the shield, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
There's something that you have to watch out of playing against Rob. And here's the top plate.
Ooh, got it! He gets it right. He gets it right.
Yeah.
That was sick. See, the reason why that works, folks, is you drop the gyro on top of it. It's an active hitbox. So when they get hit on the way up, they have to tech roll. And then you're making that guess where they're going to be going afterwards. And that's where you're seeing Cheeto making some headway.
Nice gameplay by these two. They do not want to lose this first match because that will determine the counter picks and stuff. Ooh, that's going to be
Get out of here. So, 61% on the board. I mean, what are your first thoughts? I mean, you're in this sort of crew battle. You're kind of behind. What are you thinking? I mean, you're just trying to keep calm under fire, but the nerves are firing up.
You're trying to stall it out and take your time and look for the right options because they will be trying to overextend and then you can just punish it for them. So that's just something that you can just work on.
Thinking your nerves are better and letting your opponent's nerves get the best of them. Woof, stacking up damage. Even if he didn't have the full knockback for the stock, he definitely built up a lot of percentage here. And now Cheeto is definitely thinking about it.
Some nice empty hops. Oh my gosh.
Baiting him, man. He's trying to see what this guy's going to do. Is he going to crack? Is he going to jump? Cheeto, though, struggling with percentage, trying to find center stage. Ooh, that roll going unpunished.
Okay. This is a really tough climb for Rob. You just have to like wait it out more. But the more he waits, the more he's gonna adapt and finish out this last stock. Getting really close.
Here's an opportunity here. Ooh, got him. At those higher percentages, and with a touch of rage, it's not surprising that we see Say advance over Cheeto. Now, here's the thing, though.
Okay.
You have Robin. This character's already very niche, and we see a little bit from Say that he likes playing little projectiles, likes mixing it up, goes for the jump-ins here and there. Lucario, Charizard, DK, Rob, who do you pick to go against Robin? Who do you like?
DK, the one up next.
Just throw him in here, throw in Rek. We saw Rek earlier on have a really solid start, but then become a little bit overly aggressive in that second game that he played out.
Yeah.
So maybe we see how this goes a little bit more into his favor. So let's talk about the game plan, right? You want to go for those OT, like those one-turn kills, right? You want to go for those grabs into the ding-dongs, right?
Yeah.
How does Robin fare in terms of weight and fall speed?
Robin? I'm not up to that knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think from what I've seen, seems like it's kind of middle of the pack, right?
Middle, yeah.
Because when we look at Meta Knight's just like super fast rock falling, right? Like that's when you get caught by DK, that's when you felt that really wide window for ding dong percentage, right?
Yeah, it's a really wide window. Just have to watch out for it. And, just play it a little bit slower than what normally you play against other characters.
It looks like we're going to be getting a little bit more zoning emphasis from Say.
Yeah, some great gameplay. Oh my gosh, racking up a lot of percent, already up 50%. There's the grab, racking up back air.
Drop downs with the aerial, but here's the thing. Now you have Cheeto. Oh wait, that's gonna get updated. Now you have
that was it.
Rek with a solid finish. Exactly. No, you were right, dude. He kept his stock, and he's continued to move forward with that momentum. Now, dead even as far as stocks go, right?
Yep.
So you were right. You made the right call here because you still get that hit. Bam. Yeah. You're good. Not only that, though, I mean, we saw some ridiculous DK play out of Rek earlier as well. I think he was landing a ton of punches, if I remember correctly, too.
Yeah, he was.
He was like 3 for 3. Ridiculous.
Likes to rack up a lot of damage and, just constantly tries to fish out your bad option.
Yeah.
So it's a great gameplay by him.
I think that's one of the things that I particularly love seeing in Smash. Is like those same archetypes of like grappler carry over so purely over to it, right? So like compare that Zangief thing that I constantly go back to is this idea of like, I have this grab, it does terrible things to you. Let's see if we can kind of spice it up and let's add in a massive punch as well.
Yeah.
Like, DK is just one of those characters that, at its purest form, is really enjoyable to watch. In my opinion, I love watching DKs. I just think it's awesome watching their battle for footsies and the patience that's there. And yeah, and trading and trying to figure out what am I willing to take, right? What's the risk reward for these sort of situations? So I always find it really fascinating to watch. So knowing that there is going to be a ding dong there, he's going for the fair, tries to build up the percentage.
Where are we gonna see it? Oh, okay. I get more percent. I'm sure there's like a higher percentage because different weight. Oh, there it
Got him.
Wow. The knowledge from Cheeto, man. He just knows when to go for it.
He knows when to use his noggin.
Missed this jump after.
He tries to up B out of shield there. That was his get off me sort of call, right?
Yeah.
There you go, punishing the dash attack.
Yeah, baiting it out. Make sure you take your time with DK, because if you don't, then you're going to get bone rushed and rack up percent you shouldn't have done.
See, that's the trick when it comes to dash attacks, though, is that when you're pressing the button, you're guessing where they're going to be, not where they currently are.
Yeah.
Right? That's what's so important.
For sure, man. You just get punished for it. And you rack up damage that you don't need to get.
Drop down Nair. Tries to keep it as low to the ground as possible so he can quickly act out of it as soon as he lands. Simple. Trying to get a little fancy.
Yeah. With ZSS, you got style, man. Those are the 2 S's. Anyway, so we're gonna play in the ledge game. Oh.
He tried to catch it. He had the right idea for the timing for the down smash, but the wrong. He had the right idea for the down smash, but wrong timing. Not getting punished for that grab. Thank you, M. Okay.
So to close the stock.
Drop down back air off of the platform. Good choice.
Really nice. Evens up the stock count, but right now he's at a low deficit. See what he can do to rack up some damage, at least for the next stock. Ooh,
there it is. Back throw. Beautiful. Okay, now have a little bit of an advantage here. Rek is trying his best to make sure that he can just pick up a little bit more damage. At the very least, all this guy is thinking is, how do I rack up the damage for the next stock that has to come up? Get him as close to ding-dong percentage as possible without exceeding it. So I think we're around that range as well if the first stock was any indicator.
Listen to up airs. Unfortunately misses it.
Simple is content to just wait. And Rek standing a little bit too close, knowing that drop down Nair is very much an option. Clap! As he sharks below the taunt as well. Okay, I see you, Rek. Threatening with that up, with that down B. Simple.
There we go. Close
Simple
up.
and clean, baby.
Okay. Back up some more percent. Just needs a little bit to connect a few more up airs. I'm trying to bait him out, but
Is he past the point of the ding-dong, though? Is he even going to get a chance to? The string of up airs into the up B, building up a ton of percentage. But of course, if Rek can make this happen, the percentage won't matter. The stock simply will carry over to the next. Both of these guys fighting to find some sort of an advantage here. Ooh, good job shielding the back air. It was a bit high on shield. No punishment, though. Here's the opportunity. The up B not getting chased down. Oh, there it is.
Yo,
that should do it. And he does it. Simple. Clutches it out. That was beautiful.
Yeah, amazing gameplay by the ZSS. Always a style character.
But it was those conversions, man. Like, we saw those moments where Paralyzer tried to come out a couple times, right? Tries to look for the down smash, doesn't catch him. It was a lot of those moments of, like, it felt like a scuffle.
Yeah.
And then eventually, when it came down to, all right, time to show me what you got. Show me the combo game. The up air strings were there. The up B was just right. He stacked it up exactly how he needed to. Now, granted, against DK, is it a little bit easier or harder, considering he's a bigger character, right? It's a bigger target to work with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, granted, kept it consistent in those moments where he needed to clutch it out.
For sure, man.
So, who would you pick if you had to pick a counter pick against ZSS? Out of this list that we have left over, because we just saw the DK, we saw the Rob. You have a Lucario, Charizard, and a Rob left.
Yo, the Lucario looks like Lucario looks actually pretty nice, man. Cause
Leaf was pretty nice in the last set that we saw him play.
Yeah, for sure, man. He knows some of the confirms, and maybe he can get the best of it this time, or he can get the best of it in this one stock. So tied up. Oh, what? Okay.
Ooh, you were right about Lucario though, for sure. These guys forgot that this was a crew battle.
Yeah, they're really like, okay.
Yo, chill. The Lucario? It's Leaf.
All right, going to FD. Nice. It's simple. You don't have to escape like the platforms and stuff like ZSS can.
Yeah, with the platforms, you get the combo extenders kind of moments, but this is straight to the point.
Yeah.
The music, everything's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, man.
So Leaf is going to kind of an interesting predicament, right?
Yeah.
ZSS is someone who has like great run speed, has this tether grab,
Rack up a lot of damage.
Racks up damage, has the gun. There's a lot of tools that CSS has, but I don't know if we're seeing many of them from Simple right now because it seems like Leaf is just all over him.
Yeah, for sure. Racking up a lot of percent. He knows what to do, how to approach it, and he's been seeing and adapting to what Simple has been doing throughout the entire gameplay lately.
Ooh, good conversions. Racking up a cool amount of percentage here. But we haven't been seeing a lot of the pressure off of, for instance, with ZSS, you can do things like you approach with super low nair, and then you'll look for jabs, right?
Yeah.
And you'll kind of look at that like almost like a frame trap kind of ideology, right?
Yes.
And then it's the where's the conversions afterwards? Do you commit to the rest of the jabs? Do you continue to try to push against your opponent?
And they're really good at shield pressure because Shooting also tries to cross up too. So it's something that you have to watch out for. It's like, do I get out of shield and do I get hit by it and you get damage that you don't want to.
Exactly. But here's the thing now. The threats are growing. The aura is growing with Lucario. And here's the opportunity that he has to try to see if he can close out these stocks. With growing percentage and rage, the threat becomes that much more.
There we go.
Now, here's the thing. In these situations, you're seeing more people just simply take the hit off of Aura. In actuality, you can SDI this situation to push them out and create a little bit of room for yourself, and then you can press a button if you want. So there are options that exist. They had just simply have not been choosing them yet.
Man, this is actually really, really close, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
110, 111 apiece. The next hit, a little bit of DBZ action.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Leaf does lose the stock because of that, but it's okay because he's up. He just has to make sure he plays it safe and takes the next stock.
He's not going to be accompanied by rage, though. So he has to figure out what's the next opening.
Kind of frame trapper, but unfortunately misses the punish.
Oh, no.
Wait it out, take his time, because if he does it, then he's going to get racked up sent by DSS.
Here's an opportunity here. Tries to cover up the options. Tries to cover up the timing, rather. Reverse fees. This is both of these guys fishing super hard. You can see Leaf is trying to find some sort of a clean hit, but has not had the chance. Simple, very much aware of what Leaf wants, and is not handing it over without chipping and whittling away at his opponent's percentage. He has an opportunity here. Even then takes another one. Simple. Oh my gosh. The calm under clutch. Oh my gosh. Simple here has an opportunity to make ridiculous things happen. Can you imagine if he manages to upset Leaf here and actually take another stock? Absolutely ridiculous. Massive for his team.
Oh.
Not going to happen, though.
Actually misses the opportunity to. He was able to take his time and make sure he get up the damage and take off the stock whenever he can. Playing it safe, but, you know, best bet, unfortunately, Lucario takes it over.
But Simple doing such a great job along the way. I did not anticipate him taking as many stocks as he did. That's a very nice dent that he had just done to his opponents. So now you have a Lucario in play. Leaf is going to be taking OU on his back for these next few stocks. Who do you think he's going to play against?
By the way, I want to mention that he is one stock left. So
yes.
He has an aura, right?
Ooh, that's actually a good point. Because you're so as you're losing more and more of your stocks and you're further into the pool, you get better aura, correct?
Yeah.
So
3-to-1, that's more aura basically.
So what would you pick against something like that? Would you think to go with the Cloud, the Zelda, or Lucina? Because we're seeing the Zelda on the screen, but do you agree with this pick?
I believe that this is a great pick. He maybe feel comfortable versus him. He just needs to take like one stock. But, you know, having a Zelda, I've not seen much Zelda gameplay, but I have seen some good boring gameplay where he has punished a lot of like hot pay from Houston and stuff. So I've seen him do well versus other players. So let's see what he can do to finish up this last stock to make sure he keeps it up. There we go. All right. See the aura coming out, man?
Dude, this is nuts.
Yeah, for sure, man. some great pick by them by picking Lucario in case like he's down 1 stock to 3. This is a great choice he has.
And also the fact that you have a reflector with Zelda, just in case that ball does get thrown your way, you can quickly reflect it. Oh my gosh!
Dude,
You called it.
I called it.
You called it, dude. Holy smokes, this is perfect.
If I want to mention, also, you should always pick people who are good at teams, because good team characters usually are really good because it's an overall good choice, you know. Having Villager in a crew battle, you know, versus picking like characters that don't really do good or 1 versus 1, or players that don't do well, you know.
I can see that.
Yeah. That's why you would pick like characters who are good at teams. It's better overall, and you know.
So now you have this kind of rough spot as Borin. Like, you're looking at this like, okay, clearly Leaf is scaring me right now because he's also building a little bit of rage. So that additional potency is ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, this is really close, man.
Dude, Bon is, oh gosh. Bon's trying to find something here. He's trying to find something consistent.
Fixing up to the edge. Let's see what he can do.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Low profile actually coming into play there.
The auto cancel window for that one, or the where he has no lag after. That was pretty cool.
Oh, the sweet spot back here. Jesus.
Wow, that was really good. That's a great option. He made sure to get out of the where the aura was around him, and then he just back right after it. So that was a good option by Bon.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, all you needed was that one sweet spot, dude. Bon is someone who I'm very much looking forward to seeing because I know my homies that play Zelda. I want to see how somebody else plays it.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited.
There we go. 8 stocks to 6. Oh, you up, but Bonaron having him play is pretty cool, man. It's great to see him come out.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at the other side though of OU, you have Aura and you have Beza, who was ridiculous in that last set that we saw.
Yeah. Trading stocks and stuff.
I would not be surprised if he's their anchor, because with the amount of stamina that he had, yeah, he could do it. He could definitely do it. But Aura is going to be coming in, and he's going to be rocking the Charizard. What do you think about Charizard? These are two very, I think, niche characters is the nice way of saying it, for sure. Like, how do you feel like this should go as far as Charizard and Zelda?
So Charizard with the on his moves, he has super armor, you know.
Yeah.
So he can trade with like a few hits from Zelda, but you know Zelda has some good approach options like Nair, jab into Nair. So it's really good to see, you know, Zelda like rack up some percent too, but also not trying to charge forward smash because then she'll get super armored and get hit. Really early to forward smash and stuff. You know, you just gotta watch out for it.
It's true. They both have really interesting mechanics, so I'm very curious to see how it goes. But we'll see how that armor actually comes into play here. When it comes to edge guarding against Zelda, you can see some of those moments where you'll see up air peeks through the stage and can create those kind of moments like that. Now, when it comes to dealing with Charizard, do you feel like you would want to zone a character like this, or are you comfortable like going in?
Versus Zelda?
As Zelda, would you feel comfortable just zoning a little bit more against Charizard, or would you want to try to see if you can get in there?
You would see how to get in there to see like what he's gonna do and what option he's gonna choose, you know. Because if he's gonna go for good ones, then you're gonna take your time to space it out. But if you choose a bad one, he can rack up a lot of percent, and it's really good for you at the end, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I imagine like when I see a lot of Zelda play, a lot of these guys try to keep it very in the middle, right? They want to keep that mid-range, and because they have such great options, like off of these throws, you have these up airs, which are ridiculous, and sweet spot aerials, of course, too. You know, definitely can pack a wallet. So they kind of play that mid-rangey game that I personally like to see when it comes to footsies. Now, that is one of the things that I wanted to talk about when it comes to Zelda, is those guys that come out whenever she smashes, they act like bodyguards. They can take a hit or two, and they kind of act a little bit annoying between yourself and the opponent, right? So people kind of have to figure out how to get around them as well. But when you have those guys out on the field, would you simply go around it? Would you just simply jump around it? Would you try to just run through them? What is your kind of methodology for dealing with those kind of guys?
I would jump around it because you would try to avoid getting hit by it because then you rack up the percentage that you don't want to get, man. Trying to hit it, then like Zoda can run up and grab you or just punish you for it in general. So you gotta watch out for that.
Ooh, taxis! Oh my gosh! The face palms there. Oh no, Bon. Bon got it. Bon straight up caught a taxi straight to the blast zone, homie.
Yo, man. Rest
You
in
hate to
peace.
see that kind of thing happen. That's tough, man.
They both tried to grab each other, but he was able to escape it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous.
For sure. Sick.
We nearly had a taxi situation earlier with the Mario.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was rad. Now we actually get an actual taxi situation and it hurts. That was
really
ridiculous. That was so sick. so the Zelda's out, so Bon's out. So then all that's left is Lucina and Cloud. So it's a Void and Arrow.
Arrow.
I'm interested between those two. Personally, I like Lucina quite a bit. I play both of them.
Yes.
I love Cloud because I had to give up Ike to play Cloud because now it's like I mean I get big swords for both. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're good. Now, when it comes to dealing with, oh man, now I'm thinking more about it. I hated playing this Charizard as Lucina. Just because, so the reason why I kind of didn't enjoy it as much is dealing with the armor is sometimes problematic, and he can kind of call on it when it's like, perfect situation for me to F-smash. Oh, he just armored.
Yeah.
So it can kind of suck, but Charizard's a big hurt box, right, at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
And what you really want is a nice big target, a nice big juicy target for one of these swords. Oh, yes, that's exactly what I would have done in that situation. Problem was he was just a little bit too high up and then had to drop down. I love using neutral B as far as the game plan goes. Honestly, I think that's kind of a core concept for me.
There we go.
So, in these situations, you know what to expect from the Charizard. How would you expect someone to try to edge guard against Charizard, or would you just let them back on the stage?
You would let them on stage because all his recoveries have armor. To a certain point, you know, you would try to frame trap him, try to limit his ledge options, like trying to read where he's going to go. You know, like, is he going to jump or is he going to roll?
And as far as his side B goes, I mean, that has like a bit of landing lag as well, right?
Yes.
So, seems like it was only a matter of time. Cracked on the shield, exposing a little bit more of that hurt box, and that's going to be the back air to do it from Arrow to seal out that stock.
Yo, Bay.
Survival.
Bays.
This guy's a nut. This guy's crazy.
For sure, man.
Crazy.
He will trade and get the better end of it.
Dude, it was really fun to watch him play earlier, but Beza is now the last remaining hope for OU. And honestly, they put their faith in the right guy. He was absolutely ludicrous in the last team battle. I would not be surprised to see him go off again.
For sure, man. Alright, let's see what he can do. Oh, here we go. So, you're down 6 stocks. You want to see how far you can get versus this player, or if you're going to take it all, then you have to work on to the next player, you know?
Yeah.
So that's his mindset right now. He's going to make sure that he doesn't get a lot of percent so he can take out all of his unit stocks so he can get to the next person, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's this mindset of finding the balance between being conservative, but whenever you get the opportunities, you go ham.
Yes.
And you better make sure you confirm.
You abuse it. Oh my god.
Just like that. That's one down.
For sure, man.
2 more to go. Arrow chasing this man to the brinks of hell.
Also, I do like to mention that Beza has some great recovery skills, man. So,
For sure.
Yeah.
As Rob should.
Yes, as Rob should.
I mean, we slapped a jetpack on this guy. I expect you to come back here, Rocket Man.
Here we go.
Oh, he tried to jab check him as he was getting back on. That was smart. The reason being is that you can jab, at a certain percentage, you can jab, confirm that straight to F smash, but consistently you can see F tilt. And at those percentages and at close you are to the ledge, that can be really good. But so far, Arrow just running into top after top after top. It's not Hanukkah yet, buddy. Okay, so
as I was stating earlier about the other Rob, you know, how the matchup was, is like, how do you approach it? It's gonna, like, are you gonna try to go and abuse, and then you get hit by top, and then you get hit by laser, and you just get percent that you don't want, man.
Yeah,
You just have to watch out for it.
the thing that I keep talking a little bit about is like the importance of walking and power shielding, right? Walking is such a powerful mechanic for both Marth and Lucina. They have great walk speeds, and sometimes it's a little bit easier to confirm into that than instead of dashing and kind of just running headlong into it. Gives you a little bit of time to kind of think and process.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I've seen. It would be great to see more people utilize walking and perfect shooting, because it's a great mechanic to use. And you acting out of perfect shooting is actually better than just trying to hold shield, because you get end lag and stuff.
For sure. Ooh, catches him with the side B, but too far out. Tries to forego it earlier. The Dolphin Blade. Ooh, no.
We're still good.
Yep, dude. He's had enough fuel in the tanks to be able to make it back. But now... Ooh.
That was actually doing really good, man.
Oh, no, he went too deep.
What? Okay, so 2-3.
That's a heartbreaker, dude.
Yeah.
You already put the time and effort to get Beza already down to triple digits as far as percentage goes. I know what Arrow wanted to do. He wanted to drop down fair and just push him into the last zone, be able to up beat back up, but he went a tad bit too deep.
But the knowledge from Beza.
He knew that he was safe down there. So now you go into against Beza as Cloud.
Rip.
This seems like this could be pretty tough.
It will be tough. It will be a mountain to climb.
So let's say when Cloud gets charged, right? When Cloud gets limit, he gets faster, right?
Yes.
He gets faster. He's purely a better character in a lot of ways. Do you think that even when he has limit, this matchup is still tough?
It's a toss-up.
Okay.
I honestly think so. I've talked to Grayson. He's our local Rob player here, and he's talked to me like it's hard for Rob to like try to poke out and neutral and stuff. But you know, there's certain points where you can abuse Clouds and stuff. So that's where you have to excel in. You know.
Well, let's see what they bring to the table. We got a real match here, folks. Beza is going to be down a stock as he goes into this grand final set. He is fighting for OU to come out of loser's bracket to take out a Void from University of Houston. He wants his chance to reset this bracket and to get OU back on the board.
Sure, man.
He's going to be fighting against one of the DLC characters, Cloud. And this seems like it's going to be an interesting matchup because once things get cooking, things can get really explosive between the two. But out the gate, Beza has to find a way to make up for this disadvantage. And taking 54% out the gate is not going to be the way to do it. So avoid. Let's see what he can bring. Right, Clouding Limit fearlessly. Just charging Limit fearlessly right in front of his face. Not even worried about it.
Yeah, I can see Avoid. He's taking his time, making sure he has some good pokes and trying to see where he can poke out and take advantage of like what Rob can and cannot do. Just making sure he's conditioning a little bit of Beza, making him roll and stuff. So Beza has to watch out for that, man.
No, just wrong.
Oh,
good tech. Really good tech. He wasn't quite right next to the wall, so it wasn't untechable.
yeah.
Gets the grab. Back air? No, goes for the down air. See, here's the thing, though, is that Cloud lacks very good horizontal recovery. Great vertical, but bad in terms of horizontal. So I can imagine just boxing him out would be enough to handle it.
Trying to nair him and stuff, you know, it would really be hard for Cloud to try to approach it with it. Because nair trades horizontally and stuff. There we go.
Cloud looking good. Avoid continuing to rack up the percentage, dropping up air after up air after up air, stacking it up, laddering up these percentages.
Oh,
He's
he
still
was
good.
under the stage. That was really weird.
Yeah, but it was the hitboxes eventually from the last hit forced him upwards past the stage. So now, Avoid looking pretty good. He's got the percentage. He has a little bit of extra rage. He has had his moments where he's struggled to deal with. Oh my gosh, there's no way out. He said, you have to take this hit. You have to. But the tech was there. And Beza is still hanging on at 106%.
I believe the right option would be wait until you knock him off when he's close to stage, and then when he's limited on how you can recover, then you approach like abusing him and stuff, you know? Because if he still has his up B like half of it, then he can still recover the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh! Skewered him. Drops down the top. On top of it, puts him in the stage. Can he tech? Yes, he has. And he's done it multiple times throughout this set. He's going to continue to live just a little bit longer. 163%.
Yo.
Okay. He's got an opportunity here. Drops the top. We've seen him before. But so is Avoid. Avoid avoiding the situation. Getting caught there, though. As he gets onto the top platform, he gets hit. Sharked out by Beza. Beza now has a chance. 170%. This would be ridiculous if he makes this happen.
Sure, man. You have to watch out.
He's trying to. He immediately throws Cloud off stage, knowing there's not a lot of horizontal recovery here. But quickly in response, Avoid immediately up B, getting out of the situation. The up air, though, from Beza is going to do it. Sorry, from Avoid is going to do it, and he's going to be able to take it for University of Houston in winner's side.
All the way home, taking it back. It was a really good gameplay by Avoid, man. Oh, wow.
Dude, that's exactly what you needed to seal it out. Losers Finals was really nuts to watch. And shout-outs to OU for doing it. But again, as Texans, you know, we had to come out, represented.
Defend our territory.
Defended the turf, but big shout-outs to Beza. Big shout-outs to all these guys at OU for holding it down, man. They really came out here and they stepped it up. They showed. I mean, each one of them had really good moments. I mean, Leaf had really good moments. Rec had really good moments. Beza, ridiculous. Like, all of them can go home with their heads held up high.